Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Green. We're doing another Read the Bible of 1 year, day 74, Judges 14 through 16. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, that way you get updated whenever I post a new video. Like the video and also comment, even if you say thank you, thumbs up, smiley face, whatever. It helps with the algorithm. Remember, I'm dyslexic and I stutter, so when I say a big word, sometimes I get a little confused. Just bear with me. And here we go. Judges chapter 14. And Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistine. And he came up and told his father and his mother, and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath and the daughter of the Philistine. Now therefore get her for me to wife. Then his father and his mother said unto him, Is that never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? And Samson said unto his father, Get her for me, for she pleases me well. But his father and his mother knew not that he was the Lord, and he sought an occasion against the Philistines, for at the time a Philistine had dominion over Israel. Then went Samson down and his father and his mother to Timnath, and came to a vineyard of Timnath, and behold, a young lion roared against him. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rented a kid, and he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father nor his mother that what he had done. And when he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. And after a time he returned to take her, and he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion, and behold, there was a swarm of bees, and a honey in the carcass of the lion. And he took thereof in his hands, and went on eating, and came to his father and his mother, and gave it to them, and they did eat. But he told not them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of a lion. So his father went down to the woman, and Samson made there a feast, so for to use the young men to do. And it came to pass, when they saw him, that they brought 30 companions to be with him. And Samson said unto them, I will not put forth a riddle unto you, if you can certainly declare it with me within the 7 days of the feast, and find out that I will give you 30 sheets and 30 changes of garments. But if you could not declare it to me, then if you give me 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. And they said unto him, Put forth thy riddle, that we may hear it. And he said unto them, Out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness, and they could not in 3 days expound the riddle. And it came to pass on the 7th day that they said unto Samson's wife, Entice thy husband, that he may declare unto us the riddle, lest we burn thee and thy father's house with fire. Have you called us to take what we have? It is not so. And Samson's wife wept before him, and said, thou dost but hate me, and hast loved me not. Thou hast put forth a riddle to the children of my people, and hast not told it to me. And it said unto her, Behold, I have not told my father nor my mother, and I shall not tell thee. And she wept before him in the 7 days while their feast lasted. And it came to pass on the 7th day that he told her, because she lay sore upon him. And she told the riddle to the children of her people. And the men of the city said unto him on the 7th day before the sun went down, What is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, If you have not plowed to my heifer, you have not found out my riddle. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and went down to Ashkelon, and slew 30 men of them, and took their spoils, and gave change of garments unto them which expounded the riddle. And his anger was kindled, and he went up to his father's house. But Samson's wife was given to his companion, for whom he had used as a friend. Judges chapter 15. But it came to pass within a while, that after the time of the wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a kid, and he said, I will go to my wife in my chamber. But her father would not suffer him to go in. And her father said, I verily thought that thou had utterly hated her. Therefore I gave her to thy companion. It is not her sisters fairer than she? Take her, I pray thee, instead of her. And Samson said concerning them, Now shall I be more blameless of the Philistines, though I did do them as displeasure. And Samson went and caught 300 foxes, and took firebrands, and turned tail to tail, and put a firebrand in the midst between two tails. And when he had set the brains on fire, he let them go in the standing corn of the Philistines, and burned up both the shocks, and also the standing cord, with the vineyards and olives. Then the Philistines said, Who has done this? And they answered, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he has taken his wife and given her to his companion. And the Philistine came up and burned her with her father with fire. And Samson said unto them, Thou have done this, you will be avenged of you, and after that I will cease. And he smote them He smote them hip and thigh with a great slaughter, and he went down and dwelt on the top of the rock of Etham. Then the Philistines went up and pitched in Judah, and spread themselves in Leah. And the men of Judah said, Why are you come up against us? And they answered, To bind Samson are we come up to do him as he has done to us. Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of a rock Etham, and said unto Samson, Knowest thou not what the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this that thou hast done unto us? And he said unto them, As they did unto me, so I have done unto them. And he said unto him, We are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee to the hand of the Philistines. And Samson said unto them, Swear unto me that you will not fall upon me yourself. And they spoke unto him, saying, No, but we will bind thee fast, and deliver thee to the hands, and surely we will not kill thee. And they bound him with 2 new cords, and brought him up from the rock. And when he came to Leah, the Philistines shouted against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that were burnt with fire, and his bands loosened from off his hands. And he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand, and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith. And Samson said, With the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, and with the jaw of an ass I have slain 1,000 men. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking, that he cast away the jawbone out of his hand, and called that place Ramathah. And it was a sore thirst, and called to the Lord, and said, Thou hast given me this great deliverance unto the hand of thy servant, and now I shall die from thirst, and fall into the hands of the uncircumcised. But God clave a hollow place that was in the jaw, and there came water thereout. And when he had drunk, his thirst came again, his spirit came again, and he was revived. Wherefore he called the name thereof Echechlor, which is Luli this day. And he judged Israel in the days of the Philistines 20 years. Judges chapter 16. Then went Samson to Gaza, and saw there a harlot, and went unto her. And it was told the Gazites said, Samson has come hither. And they compassed him in, and laid wait for him the night of the gate of the city, and were quiet all night, staying in the morning. When it was day, they shall kill him. And Samson lay till midnight, and arose at midnight, and took the doors of the gate of the city, and the 2 posts, and went away with them, bar and all, and put them on his shoulders, and carried them upon the top of a hill that is before Hebron. And it came to pass afterwards that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up to her, and said unto her, Entice him, and see where his greatest strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him. We may bind him to afflict him. We will give him every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. And Delilah said to Samson, Tell me, I pray thee, wherefore thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be found to afflict thee. And Samson said unto her, If thou bind me with 7 green ross, which was never dried, then I shall be weak, and be like another man. Then the Lord of the Philistines brought up her 7 green rows which had been not dried, and she bound him with them. Now when the men lying in wait, abating with her in the chamber, and she said unto him, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he broke the race as a thread of child be broken when it touches the fire, and his strength was not known. And Delilah said unto Samson, Behold, thou hast mocked me, and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherefore thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, If thou bind me fast with new ropes that never were occupied, then I shall be weak, weak as another man. Delilah therefore took new ropes, and bound him therewith, and said unto him, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And there were liars in wait abated in the chamber, and he broke them from off his arms like a thread. And Delilah said unto Samson, Hitherto thou hast mocked me, and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, If thou weavest the 7 locks on my head with a web. And she fastened it with a pin, and said unto him, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoken out of his sleep, and went away with a pin of a beam, and within the web. And she said unto him, How canst thou say that I love thee, when thou heartest not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and thou hast not told me where thy great strength lies. And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words, and urged him, that his soul was vexed to death. They told her in his heart, and said unto her, There has not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite to God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak, and like other men. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all of his heart, he sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, Come up this once, for he has showed me all of his heart. And the lords of the Philistines came up to her, and brought him money in their hand. And she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off his 7 locks from off his head, and she began to afflict him, and strength went from him. And she said, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep, and said, I will go out to the other times before, and shake myself. And he wist not that the Lord was departed from him. But the Philistines took him, and put out his eyes, and brought him down to Gaza, and brought him with the fetters of brass, and did he grind in the prison house. Howbeit the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven. And the lords of the Philistines gathered them together for to offer a great sacrifice to Dagon their god, and to rejoice. And they said, Our God has delivered Samson out of the enemy to our hand. And when the people saw him, they praised their God, for they said, Our God has delivered us unto the hand of our enemy, and which the destroyer of our country, that slew many of us. And it came to pass when their hearts were merry, that they said, Call for Samson, that he may make us sport. And they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he made them sport, and they set him between the pillars. And Samson said to the lad that held him by the hand, Suffer me that I pray to feel the pillars within my house standeth, that I may lean upon them. Now the house was full of men and women, and all the lords of the Philistines were there, and there upon the roof were 3,000 men and women that beheld Samson made sport. And Samson called to the Lord and said, O Lord, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee, only this once, O God, that I may once again avenge my Philistines for my 2 eyes. And then Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars upon the house stood, and upon which it bore up, and one on the right hand and one on the left. And Samson said, Let me die in the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all of his might, and the house fell upon the lords, and upon the people that were there. And the dead which were through with the death were more than the which slew his life. And his brethren, all the house of his fathers, came down and took him, and brought him up, and buried him between Zorah and Ethel, in the burying place of Manoah of his father. And he judged Israel 20 years. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the bell, like the video, and also comment. I'm going to put a couple links on the screen. The bottom right is going to be the Read the Bible, a 1-year study. The top left is going to be a video playlist I think you might like. And the bottom left is going to be a video YouTube thinks you're going to like. I appreciate you guys watching. If you know somebody that might benefit from this, please share it with them. Also, you can share it on social media. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.